All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle and to my latest Top 5 episode. This is the show where I give a Top 5 list and some topic in progressive rock, usually generated by my wife.
That's me. Hi, I'm
And
Jana.
I actually have Jana here with me to talk about today's topic of Top 5. So before I get started, I usually encourage people to subscribe if you haven't yet. That would be really helpful to the channel. And as always, like and comment on the video is always great as well. We do these videos pretty regularly, usually just me on the top 5s, but you know, today we have a special guest because I was a little nervous about today's topic, so I needed help.
I gave him the topic of like top 5 lyrics, like Prog lyrics, and apparently you're not a lyric person.
Yeah, I tend to listen more for the music. I mean, I like certain lyrics, but I'm not a student of lyrics by any stretch, and so I feel a lot more comfortable talking about music generally than I do about the lyrics itself. And I thought it was a fun chance to kind of review some of the stuff we've done on our Prog Song Sunday Jana Reacts videos that we've covered.
Yeah, so this top 5, you have to realize it's I'm picking them, and so my pool of Prog knowledge is a very small pool.
Yeah.
And so I've listened to maybe 100 songs on this channel, through this channel, and maybe a couple other things here and there. So I'm picking from what I know. So if you have suggestions of your own like top 5 lyrics, we would love to hear them. Please add them in the comments, and maybe I can sneak away and like listen to some of them. So
yeah, put them on our list for future episodes. So that's basically why I decided to have Jana come on, and it's just basically her top 5 of
it's my top 5. I'm picking them.
Of ones that we've covered on the channel. So, and I'll put links below for all like our Jana Reacts episodes that we did of these. So
yeah,
you can go check that out if you haven't seen it.
We are putting this video out on our anniversary, right?
Yeah, that was the hope.
So that's gonna come into it when I get to our number 5 pick. But before I do that, I wanted to give 2. What are they called?
Honorable mentions.
2 honorable mentions, because I made a list of 8 total, but then I cut one because I realized I had 2 from one band, so I cut one. And then there's two that I'm going to consider honorable mentions, and one is Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd. I have to refer to my notes. Comfortably Numb. How much do I talk about honorable mentions?
Just
not
very
much.
briefly, yeah.
I just really liked that
short
one, just because of the message that it portrayed. And so, how about that? Is that good? And then my other honorable mention is Cockroach King by Haken. And I just thought these lyrics were like real funky. And the way that they work with the music, I thought was really just interesting. So that stuck out to me when we listened to them. So
yeah, and a couple from my head, just off the top of my head, I think Steven Wilson has a lot of great lyrics, and so I thought about, we covered his song Routine, which was a really beautiful,
that was a
kind of sad track that I think has really beautiful lyrics. I also think about Marillion. I think they have really great lyrics, something like Neverland that we've covered on the channel. Just Steve Hogarth is a real great writer, and it has some really emotional, powerful lyrics and delivery, so I wanted to mention those before we do the rest of Jana's top 5 here.
Okay, so starting with number 5 is Yes, Turn of the Century.
Awesome.
And I picked that, and why it's like, one of the reasons it sticks in my mind is because it's one of the, like, in the first, like, the 4th video we ever did of reactions together. And it was the first time that I had a blooper on it. So, but we put that one on our anniversary. We specifically listened to that one because it was a love song and it's for our anniversary. And so, I just like that there's a little connection that that I'm picking that one again for our anniversary video now, 2 years later. But I liked that one just because it's just a sweet lyric, talking about thove, like. Gosh, I'm so not articulate. So
no, this is
why you do these things and not me.
No, you're great.
But like I liked the imagery that they use. So like laughing as they dance, highest colors touching others. Like leaves we touch, we dance. We once knew the story as autumn called, and we both remembered those many years ago. I'm sure we know. I just like a lot about remembrance too. So I just liked that one.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I think, yes, John Anderson's lyrics can tend to be a little bit hard to decipher, but I think this is a great track that is more of a contained story that you can really feel that poetry from and really understand. And so I think it's probably one of the best examples of their lyrics. I think that's a great choice.
Okay. Number 4 is Dream Theater, and it's Count of Tuscany.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
I just thought that one was funny. I like a good story time, and so this one was just a real fun storytelling of being in far away. How he meets his count, like the main character meets his count, and thinks that he's like being held there, and then at the end the count's like, no, the door's right there, just go. like I just enjoyed that a lot. I thought that was really fun.
It's fun. It was one of my top choices for my epics of the 2000s list that I did, the last top 5 episodes.
That like just went out, right?
Yeah, I just did that last week from when we're filming this. But yeah.
Link to that video right here.
So I really love it. It's a great epic. It goes through so many cool sections. I know some people kind of quibble with the lyrics, that they almost feel kind of like it's a really silly story in a way that's told kind of interestingly, but I find it cool too. It's a really cool,
silliness
fun
in our
story.
lives. It's okay to have something be like just ridiculous. It's okay. Okay, so number 3 is a Neil Morse song called Waterfall. Neil Morse band, right?
Neil Morse band,
called Waterfall. And I picked this one because I thought it was a good example of what I feel about lyrics, is that like I think lyrics in general have to complement the music, and the music have to complement the lyrics.
Yeah.
And while these lyrics are like just really nice poetry, but when it's paired with the music and how they're singing them, and like their harmonies, and like sometimes acapella parts. There's acapella parts.
Yeah.
They did. Is
they
this
do
the
a
one
lot
they
of,
did in the concert where that was all
acapella?
acapella?
They did in the concert. They do more like an acoustic style with, more acoustic instruments, but a lot of focus on the vocal harmonies and blends.
Yeah, so I thought that this was just a really good example of lyrics really being like showcased by the music, and the feeling that they that you get from them, and how it's like sweeping your troubles all down the stream, and like, here we're here by this waterfall, we're gonna sweep our troubles down the stream, we're gonna wash clean. It was just and it was just so beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that too.
Good feelings.
I like Neil's lyrics. I think he has, he repeats a lot of the same themes about like, redemption, and like a lot of more spiritual tinged lyrics, but I just find he has a real heartfelt delivery and emotion that I think really carries it through. So.
Okay, number 2 is Moon Safari.
Yay! We love talking about them.
And this is Lover's End, and when we reacted to it, we did Lover's End and Panic Boy. What is it?
A Kid Called Panic.
A Kid Called
Panic Boy. The other alternate title, yeah.
A Kid Called Panic. Yeah, that's what it says right here. A Kid Called Panic. That's correct.
Thank you.
And so I liked this one because when we first listened to it, you were telling me like your story, and it was like right after it happened, like a breakup, and like how she didn't see the best in me, she couldn't change my world, she'll never understand. So I thought these lyrics, they had a lot of like punch. I thought like a lot of impact, and the kid. I almost said it again. Panic.
Kid Called Panic.
The Kid Called Panic. Like this one, I thought was really, really good too, because it's somebody who's like feeling, this anxiety.
Yeah. Very relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. Help, I need to escape. I don't belong in here. Here's to my fears, sorrows, and tears. There goes another year. He's that kid with panic through the streets that no one really sees. Oh, that kid looks a hell of a lot like me. I just thought that was really, really good. Like, if you suffer from anxiety, like, you could probably relate to this, so.
Yeah, which definitely relatable
Yeah.
for me. And, yeah, this album in total, but these tracks in specific were just really meaningful tracks dealing with some hard times in my own life back when the album came out, and just getting a lot of comfort from hearing these. And so definitely
okay. You met me like
meaningful.
a year later. He met me.
Yeah.
And we're all good now.
Yeah. It's almost silly to think back. It wasn't even much of a relationship, to be honest. But
Which, you know, you have to go through those things to get to where you are.
Sure.
So, okay. And then number one.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. I don't know how to make a drum roll sound. So, is Rush 2112.
Yeah.
And this was going to be my number one the whole time. The first,
Sure.
when I first gave him this subject,
Right.
I was like, yeah, if I did this, I would do 2112 for sure.
And it probably would be on my list too if I was more bold and did my own list.
Yeah, so I had not heard this song until our reaction, the video that we made. And I had heard about the song just because it showcased in a book that I like a lot. And so when I started actually listening to this and listening to the lyrics and hearing it, and it was a sci-fi story, I just like was so excited and like oh, he's talking about a guitar. He found a guitar. Did he discover music? Like, I was just so like into it when it happened. And so I just have a really big connection with this song, I think. And so, I just love it. I love the lyrics. And even now, like, a lot of times he'll play songs that he's just playing, and, I'll be like, this is a cool song. What is this? And you're like, we reacted to this 2 weeks ago. And I'll be like, what? I had no idea. And so, but when he played 2112, I was like, oh, I know this song. This is 2112. It was one I actually remembered and so I enjoy 2112 a lot. I enjoy the story a lot. I think the lyrics are really, really great. And the way that they tell a sci-fi story in music is just really, really cool. And how they, how there's like different characters and stuff. So I think it's just really, really amazing. Great work of art.
Yeah. I don't think you could really do a prog lyrics list without a Rush track. So they're really great at storytelling, and because it both tells a story, but it also has a relevant message that they're portraying that works for modern day also. So I think it's really cool that it works that way. And one of my favorite memories of the shows we've done together is us like going through that story and like deciphering the lyrics as we go through it, and like having the story unfold before your eyes was really a cool experience. So will always stand out to me lyric wise too. So
probably one of my favorite reaction videos that we've done.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Link below.
Link below. Yeah. If you haven't seen it before. So that's our list. That's a great list.
Oh, I did not do it within 10 minutes. Sorry.
That's okay. It's a little over, but I tend to do that too. So thank you guys for joining us. Please let us know your lists in the comments. That's part of the fun of these videos to me, is just seeing everyone else's list that they put out in the comments, because I'm sure you guys have a lot of great ideas of some great lyrics and songs.
Thanks for letting me crash the party.
Yeah, I think there's no other way I would have wanted to do it.
Oh, yay.
And she's just better with the lyrics and understanding the words.
Yeah, you're more of a music person.
Yeah, I like to listen for the musical parts and stuff. I like the instrumental sections and all that.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, there's so much music. Get back to the words.
So I thought it was a good balance to have Jana.
Good balance.
So thank you guys again, and I'll hopefully catch you in the future episode.
Bye.
Bye. Enjoy the music.
Subscribe.